Good evening. Welcome, Ball State. My name is Bill Jenkins, and for 25 years I have been a proud faculty member at Ball State, and for 23 I have been the department chair of theater and dance, and we are so grateful that you are here this evening for our annual cabaret. We have so many people in the audience who have been huge supporters. I do want to do this, though. If anybody in the audience is a former cabaret performer, would you please stand so we can just shout you out and give you a hand? This trip to New York has gone from being an opportunity for a business trip for the folks behind me as they start the next phase of their career to a business trip meets opportunity for us to bring some of the best supporters of the university to New York and have them get an opportunity to see not only the work of the students but our alums who are doing so many successful things. We just went today to see one of our fantastic alums, Carson Crowe, who associate directed Gypsy on Broadway, which was amazing. And we're going to have a chance to have a salon tomorrow featuring our juniors who are also here this week. And I do want to say, and the students, we'll talk about it at some point, but they are all here because this year, and I'll say this for some alum and they'll be like, are you kidding me? But folks came forward, led by June Schumann, to support these students who are all being paid for on their trip to New York this year. And the only people angry about that are the alumni. Paying it forward, exactly. We would not be here without just a handful of people I want to quickly thank. First of all of our university administrators who are here. I'm so appreciative of their support, but I just have to say one more time how grateful we are for the support of President Jennifer Mearns. Thank you so much. We have members of our Board of Trustees as well here. Thank you for all of your support of the department. Our Provost Anand Marty came this year, so Provost, we're so excited that you're here as well. And Dean Seth Beckman in the College of Fine Arts. Thank you, Dean Beckman. And finally, in terms of the university, I want to especially thank Jean Crosby and all the work that she and the foundation folks do to make this happen. Two artists behind me make this possible every year, and they are extraordinary. They are Michael Rafter and Johnna Tavianini. We're missing our fourth partner in this, Megan McGinnis, unable to be here. She's on tour right now with working, doing those things, you know, but she has been so wonderful to our students and so great, and we're so thankful for her. So a shout out to Megan. Thank you. And the reason we're here is because back in 2014, one of our new faculty members had an idea, and because of Sutton Foster, this has happened. So Sutton, thank you so much. The group that is here tonight has been on a journey. A journey that has been filled with highs and lows. And through it all, one of the things I will say is they have been resilient. And tonight's cabaret is an example of that resiliency. I am so extremely proud of the work that they have put together for you, and I know you're going to have a great time. Please welcome the class of 2025.
Bring on the music, strike up the band before my spirit falls again.
Fill out the resumes.
We may be rushing things, but it's our time to shine now.
For we need a little music.
Right this very minute, need a little dancing.
The sky is the limit.
For we need a little music. Right this very minute, the cabaret is starting. Hurry, grab a drink, there's no more worry. If they could see me now, that little gang of mine. You're hearing fancy songs and drinking fancy wine. I'd like my friends and fam to see for a fact the kind of top-notch, first-rate jobs I attract. All I can say is, wow, hey, look at where I am. Tonight I landed, pal, right in the city, bam. What a setup, holy cow. They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now. Welcome to If They Could See Us Now, a celebration of Jerry Herman and Cy Coleman from the Ball State Musical Theatre Class of 2025. We are so grateful that you are here with us tonight. Together we are
Jenna,
Ben H.
Annabeth, Luce,
Malia,
Isa,
Emily,
Will.
Lily, Delaney,
Jarius.
Lillian,
Sam. Ben A.
Mason.
Emmy, and I'm Becca.
Yes, we need a little music right this very minute. At the line to finish, the stars are the limit. Yes, we need a little singing. Hope you got your tickets. The cabaret is starting. Hurry, grab a drink. There's no more worry. For we need a little music. Need a little laughter. Need a little dancing. They never believe it, for we need a little music. Need a little laughter. Welcome to the cabaret.
When I was very young, I had a perfect life. My skills were very sharp, no room for any strife. And every day my life went by so perfectly. Before coming to school, I was confident in my skills. I felt like I had laid a good foundation to build upon when I got here. Nothing could have prepared me for the unexpected horror ahead. I made some perfect plans, I dreamed some perfect dreams. But when I started class, my dreams were splitting at the seams. I made one big decision and now look at me. A strong piano player I wasn't going to be. My big mistake, roping you in. I got my wish, now I can't win. I thought once I got here my brain would quit roaming. Now I'm the one who's caught in a class I'm not at home in. Oh.
So we've had 5 total semesters of a piano lab class, and at the end of every semester we have a final where we have scales and cadences due at the end of the week. Every semester, Becca has asked one of us for help. This help has consisted of one of us being stuck in a practice room with her for hours until she gets them done.
First semester, junior year, I locked her in my room with my keyboard and I took her phone away because she wouldn't focus. She would literally get distracted every 30 seconds. It was torturous.
Our big mistake, thinking she'd change, dreaming of scales without our exchange. 'Cause finals we could be peaceful, I reckon, if Becca could focus a second. Please just practice, it's more than we can take. It's such a big mistake.
Although it was very hard at times, we knew we couldn't give up on her.
Oh, I was close to giving up on her.
No, me too.
But we had to remind ourselves that she was still just trying to learn.
If you start at the top, you're certain to drop. You've got to watch your timing. Better begin by playing up, up, up the piano.
If you're going to last, you can't make it fast, Becca. Nobody starts a winner. Give it a slow beginner. Easy does it, my friend. Conserve your fine endurance. Easy does it, my friend. With practice and reassurance. Come on, I have to pee. Take it key after key after key.
Okay. C major scale.
Come on, you've got this.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Under.
Okay. It's not
Over.
how you go, it's how you land.
We're going back.
100 to 1 shot, they call me
Under.
a mess. With practice and
Over.
patience, I'll pass this damn test.
Under.
My hands may tremble, but can't let them stop.
Under.
With time, I'll
Over.
be the cream of the crop.
Back.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And I'm gonna finish on, cause I'm too messy. And then I'm too
Oh my God.
clean. You told me get a job.
What just happened?
Do you not know that song?
Oh my God, Becca! Can you just focus on this one scale? Can we please just get this done?
Just start with your thumb.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Under.
Okay. It's not how
Over.
you go, it's how you land. Please, can we just slow down like the tiniest bit? I would really appreciate it.
You are a senior and you can't play a C major scale?
Yeah, I can! Oh my God!
And now,
After
4 years, is Becca's C major scale.
Congratulations, Becca! You get to graduate!
It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And you're gonna finish on top.
I've sliced my slice of life a little thin. I've been on the outside looking in. Before coming to Ball State, I didn't know who I was or what I wanted. I mean, I always felt like an outsider, struggling to find friends that I connected with. But going into my freshman year, I was so excited but so nervous that I wouldn't fit in. How lucky was I? I finally found my people. The world is full of wonderful things, a bushel of wonderful things for me to believe in. So world, take me back. I want to be a part of the human race again and bid goodbye to all my troubles and fears I've wasted waited so many odd years. It's time to get even. So world, take me back. I finally see me loving life and free again. I was also blessed with the greatest mentor of all time. I can't see you because it's so dark, but class of 23 alum, Katie Jordan. Wherever you are. Okay. My first night of school, Katie invited me over before a party. She told me to dress sexy, so I put on an outfit that covered my whole body, and I was so excited to show her. I opened the door, and she said, "Bitch, what are you wearing?" And she led me to her closet to find something else. Thanks to you, Katie, I still have that dress hanging in my closet today. Oh, no more staying in on Fridays. I intend to pave my own ways. No more doubting what I can say. From now on, I say every day's a new day. Oh, today's a day to holler about, for after just sitting life out since heaven knows when, my step has a spring and a drive. I'm suddenly young and alive. You wonderful world, take me back again. Throughout my 4 years here, I really did grow up, but through it all, I have learned so much about myself. I am a queer Jewish woman, and I am so proud of the person I'm becoming. With the love, thank you, with the love from the people around me, I have learned to love myself and appreciate the things that make me different. Oh, no more watching from the sidelines. I intend to star in a show. No more thinking about tomorrow. From now on, I stand with today in my hand when I say goodbye to Muncie and friends. I know that our love never ends. We fly and transcend. My step has a spring and a drive. I'm suddenly young and alive. You wonderful world, take me back again.
This old car is poor and tired, so your cooperation is urgently required. Although we're all embarking on a long and dismal trip, it's not too bad if you just add some French and onion dip. We're almost there. We're almost there, though there's a million more kilometers to go. My stomach quivers, I've got the shivers, but with a glass of wine you'll never know a stupid joke. My dad's a bloke, and we'll forget the trip is tedious and slow. The car is musty, the track is rusty, we'll wind up God knows where. But with diversion, it's an excursion, and so we're almost there. I'm a military brat. My dad is in the Navy, which meant moving around a lot. By the time I was 18, I had lived in 4 different states: Virginia, Florida, Illinois, and Texas. Moving around constantly can be scary because it forces you to make new friends, pick up new hobbies, and get used to new climates. My mom and I did, in fact, sob when we found out we were moving from Florida to Illinois. It's as if I had to rediscover myself for every place I wound up. I was told we are moving there, but I don't know if that's really fair. I just hope I fit in there. Maybe I'm just going crazy, letting myself get uptight. I'm acting just like a baby, but I'm gonna be alright. Soon as I get home, soon as I get home. Although moving constantly can be scary, the fabric of each state has woven me into the person I am today. Virginia taught me to be kind. Florida taught me to love loudly. Illinois gave me the gift of performance. And Texas taught me that black is excellence. Being from so many places has made me into a chameleon, inspiring me to lean into change instead of running away from it, inspiring me to be a better human. Living here in this brand new world might be my destiny, but it taught me to love, so it's real to me, and I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like mine, like
Dear little Lily, you were looking too hard. You should have started looking in your own backyard. My sophomore year, I met the love of my life. Lost and found, lost and found. I was so unhappy, and then he came to me. Yes, I was lost and found, and now there he is, and here I am. He asked me out, and it's been heaven since, and now he's always in my bed. I never thought to find a love like this, and now he's also my best friend. In February 2023, Spencer Day asked me out on a date, and we have been inseparable ever since. Now, we met during a time that I was the most depressed and disconnected from myself that I'd ever been, and meeting him was like a light at the end of a tunnel. I knew he'd be in my life for a long time, and I was right. Now, after 2 years, he's my best friend, my partner, my roommate, and we have 2 kitties together. He showed me what love was meant to be like all along. And did I mention he's handsome? Loving lips, pleasing nights, easy on just my eyes. not Spencer Day, then get the hell away. Why don't you call my bluff? Can't resist. With him, life's pure bliss. He'll never tame me, but he can claim me at the lost and found.
Oh, Lillian. Lillian. I am so happy that you are so happy. With my wings resolutely spread, class of 25, and my old inhibition shed, class of 25. I did each little thing you said, class of 25. I lived through the rumor freshman year that I was pregnant. I made it to college and got my first boyfriend. Everything is turning out right. I followed directions and made some connections, but what do I do now? Who'd think miscellaneous would open a window as far as their whim would allow? And who would suppose it was so hard to close it? Oh, what do I do now? As if freshman year isn't hard enough, I had people coming up to me asking when the class baby was due. I argued and questioned and forced myself to find out the source who has ruined myself. So I became a detective, and I traced the story back to the beginning. I had a stuffy nose and went to the drugstore. Two of my friends came along. I joked towards the pregnancy test. They must have handled the rest. Then everything went wrong. Instead of laughing at my joke, they twisted the story wild and told everyone I was with child. Oh, what do I do? I mean, I didn't want everybody to think that I was about to be a mommy. So I ran to my classmates and told them the truth, that someone was lying through their front tooth. But still, I'll defend you as friend and lawyer for all of the lies that you spoke. If you want some drama that turns into trauma, just make a harmless joke. You said there's nothing wrong with a little rumor, so I guess I just have a shit sense of humor. Oh, what do I do?
Right, I said I was sorry.
I have a secret. You know, in life, we all have different things that inspire us. For most people, it's a specific object or a person or sometimes even an important event. I have a bit of a unique situation when it comes to what inspired me to do theater, because it also just so happened to be the biggest lie I've ever told in my entire life. Now, listen, after that moment, I realized something, and I made a promise to myself that the first time I would ever tell my parents about it is through a performance. So, much like Emmy, I have no idea where you guys are because I can't see you, but surprise, moms. And listen, I certainly have some regrets about it, but it opened a new window, opened a new door. It was a lie, but it made me love theater more. It's the only way that made my passion stay. I could travel a new highway, dance to a new rhythm, open a new window every day. Well, it was 7th grade, and my mom and I were setting up the house for the holidays when, just like any other day, we decided to get into a fight about God knows what, and my petty self decided to take it just a little step further and pretend to faint in front of her. It worked, because after lying on the ground for over 20 minutes, my parents ended up calling 911 and afterwards got me multiple tests done, including an EEG to monitor my brain activity. Now, in almost any case, I would tell you that I regret it, but for the first time in my entire life, I finally said to myself, holy shit, I can act. Here I stand right now, not lying on the floor. I took a new path that has never been tried before, so thank you, moms, for putting up with all my jokes. I promise from now on I won't lie and make you broke. I swear there couldn't ever be another way through. I could believe I could succeed. Although that my story is slightly unconventional, just put your thumb up to your nose and show them how to travel a new highway, dance to a new rhythm, open a new window every day. Sorry, moms.
I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. When it comes to all things thrill, I am the first to participate. Water slides, roller coasters, you name it. The faster, the better. The only problem is I'm deathly terrified of heights, which, doesn't really bear well with my love for all things thrill. Approaching a tall, exciting ride goes a little like this. When I near the tall ride, my knees buckle, ice water trickles my spine. I'm trapped in this line approaching the end. And then I say to myself, I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. I think the story that best represents this is when I went down Disney's Summit Plummet at the ripe age of 11. I saw this 120-foot water slide and decided I'm going to go down it because I'm incredibly brave. Yet while I stood at the top of the ride, I realized, wow, the ground is really far away. Wow, this ride is really tall. And funny, but suddenly I can't swallow. I think I'm going to die. A swift death, something I not regret. And then I say to myself, I'm the scaredest individual I have ever met. Oh my God. I'm the scaredest individual I have ever met. Right now my stomach's an empty hollow. I think I'm going to pee. If I pee, at least I'm already wet. And then I said to myself, I'm the scaredest individual I have ever met. I'm the scaredest individual I have ever met. So naturally, I send my mom down the slide first, so if she dies, I know not to go down it. And she goes down, and I almost chicken out, but right at the last minute, I realized my mom dropped my Minions cap that you could see right there that I had just bought because it's 2013, and Despicable Me 2 is a movie of the summer. And I have to brave this ride to save my hat. And I said to myself, I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. Okay, woo! I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. So I go down the slide and I start lifting off the slide and I start praying to whatever deity is out there to make it out alive. And I do. And I get off the slide, jelly legged, Minions cap in hand, singing to my grandparents. That ride was a shit ton of fun. Let's go again. Wasn't that fine? Get back my confidence and an even pulse, 109. So when I panic and think each time I'm nearing the worst of the rides, I just say that fear hasn't licked me yet. And then I say to myself, I'm the strongest, soundest, stoical, manliest, daringest, most heroical. I'm the bravest individual I have ever met. And then I had explosive diarrhea.
So, freshman year, we hated each other.
You heard right, folks. This guy was my arch nemesis. Freshman year, we would find any reason to bicker.
Night or day, rain or shine, Will and I were at each other's throats.
Some of you had the esteemed pleasure of watching some of these fights play out.
But for those of you who didn't get to witness our freshman year squabbles, they went a little something like this.
You are some numbskull, you just don't think well.
Get this dumb numbskull by the way your feet smell.
Is your mouth lonely with my foot in there?
Will your brain only holds thoughts I put in there? Just what you are, I'll spell out. You are a novel pain.
One speck of lint that fell out.
The last time that I picked my brain. And as you can see, these arguments had no real substance.
It was all just a bit of fluff, if you will.
The only thing that actually matters is that I always end up right in the end.
Or I was just letting him think that he was
Hey, Will,
right.
what are you saying over there?
Nothing.
Hey, I'm always right.
You're always right.
Let's just go down the line of
many.
Oh.
You drool at my successes. Your boys in bed are bored.
Go home to your bench presses.
When you sing, I say, oh my Lord. You're nothing without me. I'm no one who'd go undefined. You wouldn't exist.
You never be missed.
I tell you, you're out of my mind. A show off, a blowhard. You're equal parts hot air and gold. And no one would doubt me. Without me, you're nothing at all.
But as we know, time eventually heals everything.
And over time, we've grown older.
Grown a little wiser.
And have actually found out many things that actually bring us together.
Like
our shared love and devotion for musical theater.
Sharing cocktails and chicken parm at the cabaret in Indianapolis.
Splitting a fifth of Fireball on any occasion.
And sharing our dreams of being on Broadway someday. You know, we're pretty similar, you and I.
I guess you could say we're two of a kind.
Yeah, if you're colorblind.
I'm nothing without you. Without you, I lack what it takes.
Unless we're combined, I'd have half a mind
to blow all my chances and breaks.
Without you,
I'm Bupkis, a flop who keeps dropping the ball. It's time to stop quaking, start taking the lead. And you are the singular body I need. I'm nothing without you, without you, I'm nothing at all.
I've walked in the dawn
on somebody's arms and looked at the lights along the shore. But I should have said I love you, so when I say I love you, you'll know I'll miss you more and more. We sang every night and laughed in the rain and listened to all the stories you shared. But I never said I love you. Now when I say I love you, you'll also know that I'm okay.
My grandpa used to worry about a lot of things. He was terrified of me moving from Mexico to the US. He was afraid that I would be depressed and lonely. He was also scared that I would fall in love with a faculty member and drop out of school like his friend's granddaughter did. I had to say a lot of goodbyes when I moved here. But I never realized that that conversation with my grandpa was going to be my last one. Although we were opposites in a lot of things, there was one thing that always brought us back together, and that was our love for Les Mis. In fact, one of the last memories I have with him is singing. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. September 25th, 2021, during family weekend, my mom and I received a call saying that her dad had passed away. I was unable to go back home. I knew if I went home, I was probably not coming back to college. But although I was unable to say goodbye, I know that wherever he is, he's taking care of me. And I know that he can hear me. So I just want to say, I'm okay. And I actually love college, and my sister is here with me now. And another update, I did fall in love, but not with a faculty member. so you don't have to worry about me. And still I dream you'll come to me, and we will sing this song together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. You had a dream my life would be so different from what I am living. I'm really happy you should see. I know you're singing here with me. Te amo, abuelo.
Like Issa, I've had so many role models in my life who have shaped me as a person, most of which have been the women in my life. Whether it be my mom, whose love and support has gotten me so far, or my wonderful girlfriend, who makes me a better man. This song isn't about either of them. It's for my dog, Panda. She is the sweetest, angriest, dumbest little dog you ever saw. I miss her so much every day. So much so that my mom had a custom pillow made for me, so it makes me feel like she's with me every night. It's like she's with me right now. You're my best girl, and nothing you do is wrong. I'm glad you belong to me. And if a day is rough for me, having you there's enough for me. And if someday another girl comes along, it won't take her long to see that I'll still be found just hanging around, my best girl. Now, if we're gonna talk about Panda, we have to talk about my other dog, Prince. He's a mama's boy, but I like to think I'm his second favorite. He's smart, sweet, and maybe just a little bit overweight. While Panda runs with reckless abandon, Prince usually ends up lagging behind and needing some extra encouragement. You're my best beau. You're handsome and brave and strong. There's nothing we two can't face. If you're with me, whatever comes will be sure trouble never comes. And if someday another boat comes along, determined to take your place, I hope he's resigned to falling behind, my best beau. In the wake of my two furry friends being stuck at home, there was a hole in my soul that needed filling. That's when a miracle happened. A few months ago, as I was walking home from school, I heard the quietest meow coming from behind one of my garbage cans. I spotted a black little kitten with white little mittens. She made her way into our home and into our hearts. However, as a house full of 5 boys, most of which are musical theater majors, we couldn't give Kitty Kitty Bang Bang the home she deserved. We decided to do the adult thing and give her to Luce's house, who later gave her to the shelter. I regret that decision every day. So this song, and dance, is for you, Kitty. Kitty, now I know I was wrong. I messed up and now you're gone. Kitty, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty. Your meow right now would sound like music to me. Please come home, 'cause I miss you, Kitty. Kitty, come home. Kitty, can't you see I was blind? I'd do anything to change your mind. More than a pet, you're my best friend. Too cruel to forget, come back, 'cause we are family. And forgive me for making you wanna roam. And now my heart is beating like the saddest metronome. Somewhere I hope you're reading my latest 3-word poem. Kitty, come home. Kitty, come home. Kitty, come home. Kitty, won't you come home?
I've always been a ladies' man. Thank you. If that's not obvious from my outfit that's almost entirely from the women's section of Target. Growing up, one of my parents' favorite stories is when I was about 2 years old, we went out to dinner at a Middle Eastern restaurant where they had belly dancers. Now, I was captivated by them. I mean, I could not take my eyes off of them. We were with our family friend, Annie Peru, the author of the book Brokeback Mountain. Now, ironically, Annie made a joke saying, "Oh, he's such a little ladies' man. He's gonna be a player when he's older. Can't take his eyes off of him." Which is funny because she wrote one of the most iconic queer love stories, but was feeding into the heteronormative agenda. But anyways, she and my parents had no idea just how right she was. What gives a man ginger and snap? Going through life with his little old lap full of hundreds and hundreds of girls. What gives a man power and punch? Lily for dinner and Emmy for lunch, having hundreds and hundreds of girls. Give him a blonde and something in his soul will leap to respond. But then again, he's also terribly fond of a brunette, and so instead of one dainty dish, pass him the candy dish, sprinkle some spice into his days to make him forget he's got husbandly ways. Give him hundreds and hundreds of girls. Now, growing up, I never really fit in with boys, but I've always had a plethora of gal pals by my side. Probably because, if you can't tell, I'm gay. Surprisingly, though, I've had a hefty amount of girls who can't tell this. Now, the summer before freshman year is a weird time in a young person's life, but I thought I made it pretty clear which side of the team I played for. Apparently, it wasn't clear enough, as many of my now best friends thought I was just another artsy straight guy who was different and thought I was cute. Raise your hand if you thought I was straight before coming here.
Not a chance.
And to the disappointment of many of their mothers, sorry, Mrs. Candeloro, I had to come out again for a second time. But that's okay, because I now have even more girlfriends on my side. 1 on the line, 2 on the hook. Going through college with my little black book full of hundreds and hundreds of girls. What gives a man zest by the bunch? Issa for dinner and Emily for brunch, having hundreds and hundreds of girls. And don't forget Delaney for a late night munch. Analysis find this thing called modern man was never designed with only one eternal gal pal in mind. And so I gotta yell to hell with propriety, viva variety, sinner or saint, schoolgirl or queen. 1 girl is boring and 2 are obscene. Give me hundreds and hundreds of girls. And it'll always be Sam and hundreds and hundreds of girls, girls, girls.
Like our concert pianist, Becca, from earlier, I also have many musical talents. Thank you. Okay. Okay. You know what? So you see, I broke my arm, and I have to wear a sling. Now you're asking what I did to end up with just 1 arm, so listen and I will sing. I was on the UT stage when I did a pirouette, And the next thing that I knew, I heard snap, and you can bet all I had to do was wait. It was Monday night at dress rehearsal, and suddenly I was not on the stage, I was in the house. What the hell just happened? Oh my God, did I just fall off the stage? Holy shit, I cannot feel my arm. As the people gathered round, then the panic set in deep. I can't hear the sirens wail. 20 minutes felt like jail. All I had to do was wait. Yes, on the Monday night dress rehearsal for Kinky Boots, I literally fell off the stage and broke my arm in half. Now, as many people here know, that was the worst pain I have ever felt in my life, both physically and mentally. And yes, it did take 20 minutes for the ambulance to arrive at the theater from the hospital, which was right down the road. But eventually, they arrived, and I was treated, and I was brought to the hospital where I entertained the ER for 4 hours. In full drag. Tuck and all. But don't worry, 3 days later, I had surgery, and I have made a complete recovery. While this wasn't the exit to senior year that I had imagined, I am in a way grateful to the experience for showing me how strong and resilient I can be in the face of hardship. It also proved to me how much light performance brings into my life. When life is a real bitch again, and I can't operate how I used to run, I wish and long for the stage again. I take it slow, but I am not done. When I recount my big fall again and struggle just to stand or walk or run, I rest and breathe, but now and then I find a little strength to carry on. But everything's bandage wraps, painkillers, and ice packs. When it's a splint that I struggle to move through. But when I feel unbroken and stronger, recovered, the world that I'm looking at's shining through too. When everything healed back into place again. And when my doubts began to drift, I put my Laducas on again and literally gave myself a lift. So when it's cold and when it's bleak, I'll simply rouge the other cheek, for I can face another day without that splint being in the way. So I'll put my necklace and tiara and a little more mascara on.
At the ripe age of 2, my mom stuck me into dance classes. Technically, you weren't allowed to register for dance until you were 3 years old, but my mom told them, too bad, my daughter's gonna dance. Fast forward to my first dance recital. It's about time for me to go on stage, and I am fast asleep in my babysitter's arms in the wings. Nobody could wake me up, so they gave me to my dance teacher. She leaned down and whispered in my ear, Lily, it's time to dance. My eyes popped open, I spit my binky out, and I began my love affair with dance. And I was beautiful, for it was beautiful how I plied on stage. The love was strong enough to make me anything. So I was everything they wanted me So, I stuck with it. But I soon realized how unforgiving the dance world can be. Instead of it being a source of inspiration, it turned into constant competition, unhealthy comparisons, and a lot of self-loathing. I felt excluded and cast aside, and because I thought I would never be good enough, I began to hate the thing I had always loved. I lost my passion, but every now and then I'd stop and think of dance and how I felt on stage, and all at once I'm beautiful again. So I stopped, but I didn't realize how much I'd miss it. And I realized that the only way for me to love dance again was for me to start dancing for myself. So I made every class, every practice, and every performance a way to feed my soul. Now, when I dance, I feel like the most authentic version of myself. All I ever needed was the music and the mirror and the chance to dance. And all at once, I'm beautiful again.
An assignment we had in this class was to create a piece about a social justice issue that was important to us.
The next two songs are a result of that assignment.
So some little prick with a knob for a dick is gonna get you down?
Please. Boys are the same and they all got a game so full of shit, their eyes turn brown.
Don't expect nothing.
That's how they're made.
'Cause two sweaty balls means a rush and a lush to get laid. See how we're getting screwed and how he's getting paid at the dog fight. Dog fight. Dog fight in the ring. Gotta learn it. Face it. Hear it. Da-ding, ding, ding. And they only pay when a load is blown. So you sit and stay till you get your bone at the dog fight. He met me when I was 16.
He was a stranger.
He was twice my age.
He was always nice to me.
Until he wasn't. I knew his wife and his child.
I knew his sob story and I thought he was genuine.
So I didn't think anything of it.
It happened in his dorm room.
It wasn't until I turned 18 that he thought it was okay to start messaging me through social media.
It wasn't until he kissed me without permission that the red flag started to stand up like a person on a stage. No to me meant let me ask again to him.
Offering to take more photos of me, film audition material, and eventually ask to see my naked body. Asking me to have an affair with him.
I was uncomfortable and felt like I needed to give in. It was what he wanted and needed.
I was so confused. I knew his wife and his child. And that was when I realized...
Before I knew it, I had been assaulted.
I had been groomed. And it wasn't until I shared my story in class.
It gave me the courage to speak up.
And it gave us the comfort knowing that we weren't alone. There may be an army of them, and only a handful of us. And how can a poor little band fight a mighty regime? There may be a legion of them, and only a parcel of us. But it isn't the size of the fist, it's the size of the dream. That was when we realized that if we used our voices, we weren't the ones that had to leave to make ourselves feel comfortable after the choices they made. When I finally found the courage to speak up, he was never allowed to set foot in my workplace ever.
And when I raised my voice, he dropped out and was never seen again. One person can beat a drum and make enough noise for 10.
One person can raise their voice, and that little boom and that little blare can make 100 others care. And one
person can fight a foe and clear up the clouds again.
And one little voice that's squeaking a song can make a million voices strong. If one
person can beat me down
and one person can lift me up,
yeah, two people can shout it loud
and find courage to make a change.
Broadway school. I waited my whole life for this. So I left my home in Tennessee to come to this random Midwestern school that I believe in. But when I got here, I completely shut down. I wanted to connect with my class, but talking to people felt like trying to catch a bus that I just couldn't catch. I somehow missed certain social cues and fell months of bonding behind. When I think of my freshman year, I think of sitting alone in my dorm. I wanted to connect with people, but I just froze. I felt like an ugly duckling amongst cardinals. I began to feel like I'm just different. I'm just different from the rest. And who can blame me hiding here? I'm safe within this nest. Different isn't naughty, different isn't bad, so why should being different make me sad? I'm just different, they're like peas in the same pod. No wonder none of them want me, life's harder when you're odd. Different isn't scary, different is no threat, and though I'm still their classmate, they forget. There was this deep social freeze in me that was bigger than just a lack of belonging. Something about me was different. At the time, Ball State put on a production of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. There were dramaturgy displays that taught the audience about autism. The display talked about things that I resonated with, like compulsive rituals, intense obsessions, and differences in understanding social cues. I thought, oh. And I found an article about how in fight or flight situations, people with autism, or Aspies, tend to freeze. I think I might have autism. Have you ever heard of an autistic woman? Have you ever heard of an autistic girl? An autistic adult? An extroverted autistic person? I didn't either. Maybe if the world was more aware of what autism actually is, less autistic women would have to crash and burn to figure it out. Did you know that most boys are diagnosed by age 5? However, 80% of autistic women are underdiagnosed by the age of 18. Let's change this. The summer I was 19, I received my diagnosis. Putting a name to my neurodevelopmental differences in social cues, academics, and random quirks felt amazing. I felt beautiful and brilliant. And I began to wonder, what if there was a way to own what makes me unique? And what if there was beauty to being a little socially offbeat? If there's a wrong way to do it, a wrong way to say it, nobody does it like me. If there's a wrong way to do it, a right way to screw it up, nobody does it like me. And so the secret's out, Hannah, Beth is NSB, and if you go for tact and manners, better stay away from me. If there's a wrong way to keep it cool, a right way to be a fool, nobody does it like me. In confrontation, I say it, a challenge, I take it, just leave it to the Aspies. And when there's music, I dance it, I don't think, I just, my feet get up. Nobody dances like me. And so I try to just be normal. I'm not normal, I'm a fraud. And when I act like I'm so normal, I get looked at like I'm odd. If there's a wrong way to get passed by, all odds I will defy. Nobody does it like me. Nobody does it, no! Nobody does it. Nobody does it like. And autistic women can do anything. Like me, like me, like me, like me.
Over the summer, I spent a lot of time by myself. I stayed and worked in Muncie, had some lessons with my voice teacher, Beth, finally took my gen ed math course and got that out of the way and done, and I turned 21. Along with all of that, I also promptly began to spiral and question all of my life decisions up until this point. Where am I going and what will I find? What's in this grab bag that I call my mind? What am I doing alone on the shelf? Ain't it a shame, but no one's to blame but myself. Which way is clear? When you've stayed one place year after year, do I keep waking each day for just the kick of it, staggering through the thin and thick of it, hating each old and tired trick of it? Know what I am, I'm good and sick of it. Where am I going? Point me to where. Live in my doubt, scared to take a dare. No matter where I run, I meet myself there. Looking inside me, what do I see? Anger and hope and doubt. What am I all about and where am I going? You tell me. And as I sat in my apartment at 2 a.m., panicking to plan out the entire trajectory of my life, I realized that all of the decisions I was trying to make were being skewed by this perception of how others had told me they wanted me to live my life. Now, I've always been a catastrophic thinker and easily get caught up in all of the anxiety that the future can hold, so the planning my entire life out part fit the bill for me. But the realization was new. I really didn't know what I wanted. But I've been trying to figure it out ever since. It's definitely been trial and error, but there are some surefire things I know I don't want, like ever having to take a math course again.
So, as I'm getting ready to graduate, I'm striving to allow myself to make decisions based on my needs and to choose to take steps every day to start to live the life I want for myself. Looking inside me, now I can see, learning to hope, not doubt. That's what I'm all about. And where am I going? Don't tell me.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still struggling to come to terms with the fact that I'm a senior. I mean, the reality is I actually have to leave Ball State and go out into the world. What will I do when I leave my artistic home? Please don't go, my love. I'm frightened of too many tomorrows around this haunted world. If I set you free, what's left for me? Too many tomorrows I simply cannot face. Those passionate words we find to greet each other do not mean we leave each other. One of the most influential people throughout my college years has been my voice teacher, Johnna. And I'm getting ready to offend a few people in this room, but I've been a Johnna baby since day one, and if you ask me, I am the Johnna baby of all Johnna babies. Johnna invested in me in a way that no one had before. I had always been a voice, just a voice. But Johnna saw the person. So come fill my heart, and I'll forget the meaningless sorrows each time I say I'm through. Darling, can't you see there can never be too many tomorrows if you stay with me? Amongst so many things, the biggest lesson Johnna ever taught me is that who I am and the work that I do are completely separate. I leave here with all the lessons she taught me. So, thank you for everything, Mama. You have filled my heart, made me forget the meaningless sorrows, and now we're almost through. Johnna, can't you see there can never be too many tomorrows if you're here with me?
When asked who our inspiration is, there is one person who comes to mind for all of us. Our voice teacher, Michael Elliot. The definition of an inspiration. He always teaches us to lead with breath and sound, and to trust ourselves and the work we shared together.
Not only is Michael a phenomenal teacher, he is the most loving father and husband, a remarkable performer, a beautiful composer,
and a hard ass.
Michael cares so much about each and every one of us, so much so that his standards are astronomically high. If something needs work, he will tell you.
I remember after one of my auditions, I had my voice lesson the next day, and I was so excited to hear Michael's feedback. I asked him about my dance audition, and he said to me, "I didn't think it was possible, but somehow you made yourself physically smaller in the room." So because of this, I started to work on standing in the front of the room and holding my head high.
We have these weekly journals that are a part of our assignments for our voice studio. When life gets busy, I sometimes prioritize other work over said journals, but I think it's a great idea. Michael doesn't. See, whenever you think you can get away with it, you can't. And if you don't turn something in on time, he will never let you forget it.
Michael is also a stickler on insisting that we sing a jazz standard every semester. Now, most other voice faculties stop giving these out after freshman year, but we have them every semester.
I had And the World Goes Round.
I had Easy to Love.
The Way You Look Tonight.
All the Things You Are.
Please Don't Make Me Be Good.
Right as the Rain.
I, along with many others, had
It's
Only a Paper Moon.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a Muncie tree,
but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
Without your love, it'd be a struggle every day.
And from your love, there's a melody played as we go on our way.
When we didn't know what to do,
you would always be around.
But it wouldn't be make-believe if we trust breath and sound.
July 18th, 2024, our voice teacher Michael Elliot passed away after complications from a heart attack.
Aside from being our voice teacher, Michael was a father figure.
a mentor,
our biggest supporter,
someone we could truly confide in,
a friend. Through this unimaginable loss, we will always celebrate Michael and the love that he shared with us.
While this has been extremely challenging, Michael brought us and many of you the Elliot family, which we will cherish forever.
Michael, you made the world a better place. If there were more people like you, the world would be brighter and more true. You've opened our eyes to things we never once noticed or knew.
If there were more people like you, never too proud, never too wise, with that fine sense of honesty that I always found in your eyes.
If there were more people who cared like you did from the start,
there'd be fewer fears to be shared and more hope to fill the heart.
Less people who don't, there would be more people who do. If there were more people like you.
You taught us how to stick it out, even through the flubs.
You required us to voice record our lessons, and we're so thankful that you did.
On top of your reassurance and general feedback, your dry humor is what really made you special.
I remember practicing for an audition with you my freshman year, and I couldn't quite hit one of the high notes. You, as politely as possible, grimaced and said, "Maybe this cut just isn't for you," before laughing and finding a better fit for me. You always assured us that we were enough. And being able to go back and listen to your voice memos even after you've left have really kept us going.
If there were more people like you, never too proud, never too wise, with that fine sense of honesty that I always found in your eyes. If there were more people who cared like you did from the start, there'd be fewer fears to be shared and more hope to fill the heart. Less people who don't, there would be more people who do.
Thank you for everything.
I will carry you with me forever.
I miss you every day.
I love you.
We
will always use breath and sound. If there were more people like you.
We're fine. We're cool.
We can say that it was nothing, but we know the truth. Almost done with school.
With our eyes set on the future, so now watch us go.
Even though it's time, we know we just gotta let it go. We've already done our time, we're free now, baby. You can bomb a job with your 32 bars. You'll still be enough, yeah, we got you, baby. You can say it's just the way you are. Make a new excuse, another stupid reason. Good luck, babe. Well, good luck, babe. You'll always be enough, yeah, we got you, baby. Good luck, babe. Well, good luck, babe. So long and pack your bags, head for New York City. Wave your little hand and whisper so long, Muncie. You ain't gonna see me anymore.
Please go out and find a life that's bright and cheery.
Go take flight and spread your wings and soar. For I'll be all dressed up and singing that song that says I'll always love you so.
So wave your little hand and whisper so long, Muncie family that I met 4 years ago. Though we know some days were so rotten and rough, it wasn't quite bad as it seemed. So wave your little hand and whisper, so long, Muncie family, let us not forget. We have a dream.
We have a dream, don't you remember? We have a dream.
Through any feet, through any weather, we have a dream.
Made a little magic every day. Now the magic's here with us to stay. When times were hard, we had each other. We have a dream. Have a plan, a new horizon. It's all brand new. We'll take the dare, we'll take the challenge. That's what we do.
time to leave it all behind. Now there's nothing left except goodbye. So long, Muncie, farewell. We have a dream. We have a dream. It's time to
Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We have a couple thank yous that are due. First of all, to the incredible staff here at Joe's Pub. Woo! Specifically to Jordy, Steve, Jean Ann, and Megan, who made this show possible. As well as Isabel and Joe's Pub, who made this entire event happen so flawlessly.
Next, we would like to thank everyone at Ball State who makes this night happen every year, especially Dean Beckman in the College of Fine Arts, our Board of Trustees, the Provost, Auden Mari, and the incredibly supportive President and Mrs. Mearns who are here tonight. We would also like to thank our generous sponsors, especially those who flew from the Hoosier State to NYC to be here tonight. Thank you so much for your unwavering support. And lastly, a huge we love you to June Schumann, who, along with a couple others, helped pay for us all to be here in New York tonight. Thank you so much for helping create opportunities like this one that allow us to truly showcase our talents.
While we all were involved in the making of the opener and the closer, the class of 2025 would like to recognize 4 classmates who worked especially hard on those pieces. Isabella Garces, Delaney Hunter, Sam Billman, and Mason Samarco. We are so appreciative of all their hard work.
We are all here because 11 years ago, a very talented human being, an even better human being, Sutton Foster. Yes, thank you. She believed in us so much that she advocated for us to have this opportunity. And we would also like to extend a huge thank you to Sutton's best friend, Megan McGinnis, who unfortunately was not able to be here tonight because she is busy being the queen that she is on the Beetlejuice National Tour. But she took time out of her busy schedule to meet with us once a week to help us become even better performers. So we thank the two of you endlessly.
Tonight, you have all been blessed to hear the fabulous piano playing skills and arrangements of 2 remarkable artists, Johnna Tavianini and Michael Rafter. We all love you both so, so much, and we are so grateful for how you've shaped our time at Ball State.
You know, we also did this show at the Indie Cabaret, and then Mr. Bill Jenkins left himself out of the thank yous, and he's done it again. So thank you, Bill, for everything. You've made this possible. We appreciate you so, so much. Hi! I couldn't see you. I thought you were in that corner. Thank you, Bill. Sorry for not seeing you. As we close our evening, we would like to share one last song with you, written by Jerry Herman and arranged by the incomparable and exquisite Michael Rafter. These last 4 years have certainly been filled at the best of times, and we are so thankful for all of you guys for coming out to sharing on our journey as we look back. Thank you.
summer, but a faded rose. The best of times is now. As for tomorrow, well, who knows, who knows, who knows?